Good evening. Happy Friday. It's me, Empress Oracle, your favorite spiritual advisor, and of course, sexy, but you already knew that. So, welcome back to another episode of Floetic Friday. I figured I'd put on something sexy for you guys to fit with the genre for the night. You know what I mean? We might as well call it a Freaky Friday. It's going to be good. You guys ready? So, this piece that I'm going to be reading for you guys is copywritten. It's an original work of art from yours truly. I wrote this in 2014, and I have read this before on my page like 4 years ago, but you know, it's always time for a refresh. So the title of this short erotica is called Please. The room was quiet when she walked in. That's odd, she thought as she walked over to where she knew the light switch was and flipped it on. On the island in the kitchen laid a single sheet of paper. It read, "Count to 30 and then make your way upstairs. Start counting at 10:35. I wonder what this is about," she said to herself out loud, then looked at the clock. It was 10:35. She made her way to the staircase and saw tiny tea candles on every other step. Slowly, as to not disturb them, she made her way upstairs. On the second to last step was a note. This one said, "Go straight into the bedroom and put on the blindfold that is on the bed. Then wait." Her heart started beating in her chest as she pushed open the bedroom door. There on the bed lay a satin black face mask. She put it on and perched daintily on the edge of the bed, tapping her fingertips on her knees, like so. All of a sudden, a slow, sensual music started playing, and she smelled something pungent, yet sweet in the air. "Baby, is that you?" she asked hesitantly, reaching towards her face. "Shh. It's me. I want you to relax. Take a deep breath and hold it for 10 seconds. Do that for me 3 times. Will you, baby?" She heard right next to her ear. Okay, she said hesitantly. As she started to take the first breath, her nostrils were filled with the sweet, pungent smoke that tasted slightly of strawberries. As she let out the first breath, her body felt very relaxed and edged with euphoria. By the third breath, she felt as though she was floating on a sensuous cloud, and her body started to sway. "Ooh, what was that?" she inquired lazily. "Just a herbal incense to help you relax. How do you feel?" "I feel good. Like I want you to touch me." She felt a slight breeze on her chest and realized that her blouse was off. Suddenly, her breast swung free, almost before she realized what happened. She gasped when she felt his warm, hot tongue on her nipple and a feathery touch on her neck at the same time. Then she was falling until she landed in a heap on the bed. Before she had time to react, he grabbed her wrists and stretched them above her head, and she felt something cold and hard close tightly around them. Shh. I want you to trust me." She could hardly resist because all of a sudden her body started tingling all over and her vagina got heavy and started throbbing. He stretched his body over hers and started licking and biting on her neck, making a trail slowly down her collarbone. She wanted to touch him, run her fingers through his hair. She was about to tell him so when he grabbed her face and she felt something hard, yet soft, brush her lips. Open your mouth, he said in a ragged whisper. It sounded as if he too were in pain. Of a will of its own, her mouth opened. She stuck her tongue out to lick her lips. But there was something there to meet her instead. She couldn't see or touch him, so her lips and tongue had to be her hands and eyes. She ran her tongue around the head of his penis, slowly savoring the sweet taste of his delicious pre-cum. It tasted so good. She opened her mouth wide and took him all in, trying to eat him whole. Just the taste of him turned her on. She sucked and licked as though that was the sole source of her sustenance, her jaws working greedily, her cheeks getting hollow with each suck. His moans started to fill the room as he steadily fucked her in the mouth, pulling his dick out until the head of it was resting on her juicy lips, then ramming it all the way down her throat. She felt her saliva running down her breast, down her stomach. She felt a hand between her legs, slowly pushing them apart. Then a sharp tug as her lace panties were pulled off. Damn, that pussy wet, he stated as he rubbed her swollen, throbbing clitoris. All of a sudden, she felt something cold run across the inside of her thigh. She gasped, but before she could say anything, she was filled with cold, hard steel. At the same time, rough fingers started tickling her anus. You like that, baby? He asked in a breathy whisper. She couldn't even answer. It felt so good. She felt her climax building deep into her soul. What is it, baby? He asked with humor in his voice. You what? You about to come for me, baby? Before she could answer, his mouth was on her, his tongue sucking on her swollen clitoris like a baby suckling for milk. The numerous different sensations became too much, and she felt like she was falling into a deep, unknown orifice and shattering into a million pieces. She thrashed about wildly as her body jerked and spasmed, but she couldn't do what she wanted to do, which was hold him and pull him deep inside of her. When the tumultuous wave of passion that she was riding on subsided, she lay there physically spent, but emotionally yearning. All she could whisper was, please. The end. Did you guys like it? You like it? Let me know if you guys liked it. It's just a little short something. I used to write a lot of short stories and erotica, and this is just one of my favorite pieces. This is a classic. Like I said, classics never get old. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Love, Empress.